Well, from its first bombing campaign over Germany to its strategic strikes over the South Pacific, the B-17 took on legendary status during World War II.
The high-flying long-range bomber was able to defend itself and return home despite extensive battle damage. Now you have the chance to take a ride in the iconic warplane starting this Friday at Felts Field. As I found out, it is the ride of a lifetime.
And there is a gun that comes up out of the back, which should be 11, and there's two in the tail. Wow. So you've got a total of 13 50 caliber machine guns.
Rick Fernald knows a little something about military planes. The retired pilot flew more than 100 combat missions over Vietnam and the Middle East during Desert Storm. But nowadays, he pilots the B-17. He says you don't necessarily have to be a history buff to appreciate her beauty.
I think if you have some context of what World War II was like, it has more meaning. If you don't, it still does in the sense that you get an opportunity to see what a military airplane was configured like in wartime.
Fernald was our guide in this ride into history. Our flight started out with a safety briefing and a good look at this legendary plane.
When I was flying the B-52 and they shot our tail guns were 450s, and it shook the pilot's seat where they shot the gun. So I can only imagine a small airplane like this.
The B-17 dropped more bombs than any other U.S. aircraft during World War II. With its 13 50 caliber guns, she could defend herself and was known to withstand extensive battle damage.
The B-17 was a real workhorse during World War II. It looks pretty big from the outside. It's about 76 feet long, 104 feet wide, but when you get inside, it is a tight fit.
And that was evident by just trying to move around the aircraft. But once inside, you get the feel of what it's like to be a gunner, bombardier, or even co-pilot. But the best part of this 30-minute ride may be the amazing views.
It's also a way to invite the opportunity to create interest in our younger generations about this time period. And this isn't to glorify war, this is to just simply understand what the period in history was about, which is very significant. It's an opportunity, I think, to share with your friends and family what that period of history was like.
A history that Rick Fernald is keeping alive.
And the cost of a ride is about $400, but I have to say it is worth it if you're a history buff or not a history buff. Just going up there and feeling the conditions that those airmen felt, and to be in the range of a 50 caliber gun, and you sort of go into imaginary land, but it is an incredible ride, really a lot of fun.
Yeah, I was able to ride a B-17 years ago, the sentimental journey from Lewiston to Walla Walla, so I know lots of noise and lots of vibration. Well,